and welcome to Life in the Mind, a neurodivergent podcast presented by neurodivergent people. I'm Joy Amy Wigman.
And I'm Murray Spear.
This is the second half of our chat about neurodivergence and relationships to food. We had a little chat last week about it. So if you haven't listened to that one, go and listen to the part one first. Or just carry on with this one. You do you. So I wanted to start out by telling a little bit of a story about me being a picky eater, because I've had that for the whole of my life. I was such a picky eater, especially when I was a kid, and there were lots of things that growing up I would not eat. So fruit, for instance, I don't even have to name the fruits that I wouldn't eat. I just wouldn't eat fruit at all.
Interesting.
No fruit. And most vegetables I wouldn't eat. And this carried on into my 20s, and I was living with my best friend at the time. I was about 27, 28, and there was a TV show called Freaky Eaters. And my bestie said, I've watched this episode of Freaky Eaters, and this girl on here is you. So I'm going to use some of the techniques that they used and see if I can help you get a kind of healthier way of eating.
Yeah.
And what it was she brought out bowls of all these different things, so fruits and vegetables, that were cut up so small that the thing I would focus on would be the flavour and not the texture. Mm-hmm. Because it had always been, my complaint was always the texture. Yeah. Never the flavour, it was always the texture. And then the ones that I liked, we just kind of slowly made them bigger and bigger. So grapes, I absolutely love grapes. But I did not eat a grape until I was in the second half of my 20s.
Oh, wow.
And even now, they have to be small grapes. They have to be little grapes. Or if they're big grapes, I could cut them in half. I would eat lots of them, but not lots of the amount in my mouth at once.
Yes.
And I think a lot of my not eating those foods is about the shame of how I would have to eat them in front of people.
Yes.
And food and shame, they go together like a horse and carriage.
Don't try and eat either of those, though. The horse is eaten somewhere.
Yeah, in some countries it's fine. We're going to get onto supermarket scandals, aren't we?
Don't eat a carriage wheel. It's not actually made of chocolate and marshmallow.
Oh, is it not? It's a shame. I want a wagon wheel now.
Wagon wheel is so
I really want a wagon wheel. But the jam ones, not just the normal ones.
What?
Yeah, there were jam ones as well.
I thought they always had jam.
No, they didn't always have jam. They had original ones and they had jam ones.
I don't think I have. Because one of my ick foods can be biscuits, and so the crumbliness, and so I don't think I had a wagon wheel until I was like 24, and I was like, oh my god, these aren't heinous as I imagined. Wow, okay. Lovely. So
shame and food.
Such a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just in our culture as general, in terms of that, because obviously there is a health element to it. We all have to eat. Mm-hmm. And we can, eating too less, or too little, or too much of anything. Anything in extremes can be detrimental to our health. Of anything, just life.
Yeah.
But there's such a shaming. The way that we go about promoting what is right and wrong is still such a shaming thing.
Yeah.
And especially if you have certain things that you can manage them by dealing with it in this way.
Yeah.
So like some people can only eat a grape if they peel it or something like that. I know people who can only do that. I can only have bananas at there's a really tiny window of time. I'm like, yes, this banana will actually go down into my stomach without coming out again.
It's that 10-minute window and I can eat the banana. Yeah, I understand.
Now
that.
It's too brown, or now it's too green. Nope. Yeah.
But I think that shame stops a lot of neurodivergent people from eating that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
eating in good way, in a way, in allowing themselves to interact with things, like you were saying.
Yeah.
In a way that's actually healthy in general, and also healthy for oneself.
Yeah, I mean, I get like complete overwhelm about things like making sandwiches. I don't know what it is. Thinking about and planning food, I have a real block on. And I have other friends who say that they have the same thing. That in terms of eating healthily, you have to do a lot of planning of what you're going to eat, and it is that planning that gives off that block, and then they would just go straight to a safety food. And pick the thing that's easy because they're getting overwhelmed.
Yes, there's like potentially one aspect, the executive dysfunction trail of there are all these steps to create this paradigm, this thing, but trying to get them in the right order and start on that trail can be really hard. To get them in order and actually get started, that one element from a neurodivergent side alone is a big thing.
And then there's so being out at a restaurant, if there are things that you can't put in your mouth. So I have an aversion to, I can eat lettuce if it's like baby leaf stuff, but I can't eat the crunchy kind because it gives me the ick. We've been talking about the ick. So during our break, me and Mary were talking about foods that give us the ick, and we realised we were actually doing the ick movement. And there is definite shame about doing the ick movement around food. But like if I'm at a restaurant and like I like the look of a salad, I would never order a salad because there is a chance it will be the wrong kind of lettuce. There is also the look that I'm going to be given when I pick out the tomatoes because I can't bear the way they feel, or more likely get someone else to pick out the tomatoes because I can't even touch them.
I have ice cubes.
Ice
in
cubes?
Drinks. Yeah.
Right.
I find the I think it's the difference between the sensation. It's like wet thing, moist thing, liquid thing. Oh no, that was the hard thing bashing into me and being freezing as it's doing. Like I can manage it weirdly. I think I can manage it when it's like whiskey or something. But if it's in like a pint of orange juice and lemonade or something, it's like no, that's just no.
The ick.
The ick. Yeah.
That's all. That's all for the cameras. Have a big ick. Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about it specifically, but as a child, if your parents don't know you're neurodivergent and you did the ick during dinner and you got punished for it because obviously somebody has made you that food, and it's considered rude to make kind of sicky noises about the food that you've been given.
And they're doing it with the best of intentions and stuff.
And that has a knock-on effect. So you like, I know I got less brave with food out of the fear of the shame of how I would have to eat things. I mean, even now, even in a joking way, members of my family might go, are you peeling that apple? And that will stop me from eating apples in front of them because I have to eat that a certain way.
I will avoid actually just generally eating around people most of the time. Just not because of I think we were talking about this before in the other episode, half this kind of on this topic of that divide between I want to just eat and get eating done, and I think because it's such a sensory experience as well, just like I prefer to eat and then talk to people, and actually properly interact with the person, because if I'm eating it's a different thing, and it can also just it's much harder to be like, am I looking after my icks and my sensory needs around the food, whilst especially if you're like a date or something like that, you sit across and like, I'm overthinking this so much. Or like, not. I'm thinking this. There are so many aspects to this that are important. Rather than overthinking, kind of that paradigm can be detrimental. For me, there are so many aspects within this situation that are important. It's too much, and I much prefer to eat and then interact with the person.
Because you've got the two ways of it, haven't you? There's either there are a lot of textures and flavors in here that I need to deal with, or there's this is a very pleasurable experience for me. I want to focus on that and all the different sensory things that come with it.
Yeah.
So it's either this is a pleasurable experience, stop interrupting me, or this is a very difficult experience. I just need to focus on getting through it.
Yeah. Or just like a overwhelming experience. So if you're already a bit sensitized, I think it's a word. Then you're stimulating two senses. Your taste and the mouth texture, which is where a lot of our most sensitive touchy areas are in our body. There's some sort of
touchy areas.
Scientific term, touchy areas. That sounds anyway. Moving on.
I've spoken to a lot of people who what's the word? They compartmentalize their food. So they don't eat anything on their plate together. They eat it in a specific order and separate.
The one you leave to the end. The best food. Which food is going to be the chosen food? Which is the best bit of the plate, and that bit's going to be left until... That's a massive thing that I do.
Yeah.
It's like you got a plate of like a roast dinner is a perfect example where this is the best bit. I'm going to eat quite a lot of it with going around the plate with other bits and stuff. But there will always be, this is the taste, the texture, the foodness that I want to be the finale of this meal.
Do you not worry that the good bit's going to go cold and it won't be so good?
I think I'm so used to having food cold because by the time I've actually finished the meal, because I eat so slowly, probably because I'm getting distracted about things, or I'm just to talk to other people, or actually just the whole thing's a bit. I eat fastest when I'm sitting by myself, eating food, doing some like watching TV, and I eat at like a normal person speed. But otherwise, I'm so used to just like, it's all cold within like halfway through.
I'm going to pick you up on that. It's not normal person speed. You are a normal person.
As in like the standard speed.
Yes,
the standard speed. Because otherwise I'll eat too slowly, and I'm genuinely bored by the end of it. And that's the problem. That's why I'm playing it.
And basically, I'm not letting you talk down to yourself, man.
Oh no,
you're exceptional.
Yeah, but it's that. Yeah, there is a standard.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing, isn't there? But and also, for me, it helps to note when I'm doing something that's outside of. Because it's my normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, but it's a good point. It is a good point. It's so easy. It's so easy to fall into those shoulds. Like, oh, we should do it in this way because that compartmentalizing thing is such a good example of, and it's one of the stereotypes actually that people know. They know there's an amount of it.
Yeah.
That is known within the zeitgeist of experience around autism. Of not letting foods touch or something like that.
Whereas I like to hide textures of things with the other things. So if there's a texture, I'm much more about texture than flavours, I think. So if there's a texture that I don't like as much on my plate. So green cabbage is a good example because I love the taste of green cabbage.
Yeah.
Don't like the texture of green cabbage, so what I'll do is I'll cut it up reasonably fine and then hide it in with like my chicken, or but it has to be something with a tougher texture. So I can't something chunky. So I couldn't put it in my cauliflower cheese because that's a soft texture, and I enjoy the soft texture.
Away from the, it's going to mask it. It's enough of a. It's like disguising one taste with something it has to be a strong taste. Otherwise, it's like that's not doing anything.
I'm drinking smoothies, so I get some banana into me because I hate banana.
Yeah, and it's a great source of potassium.
Potassium. Yeah, potassium. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's a great source of banana.
It is a great source of banana.
Banana is the best source of banana you can find.
Do you know what's not a great source of banana? When you get the ick about banana, which I really do, and your toddler likes to carry her bits of banana around for a while and then just hand them to you like they're an amazing gift, and it like plops into your hand. It is just the worst. Yeah, and it is like, I love you with all of my being, but please don't do this to mummy. Mummy will cry.
Yeah.
Please give it to daddy. Daddy doesn't care.
That's proper.
Yeah, it's proper.
Visceral. But like with the compartmentalization of food, I think I go between the two extremes, where a lot of the time I'll be going around doing what my family call mini meals, like putting the tastes together. Sometimes it'll be that kind of textural flavour hiding, if there's something in there that I'm not as fussed about. Or actually just me indulging and actually utilising that hypersensitivity that I have, and putting together the complementing. It's like, haha, I can dial in so much to those flavours that I can actually make this dish better by knowing exactly what complements each other and doing like this little puzzle on the thing. It's like, this is brilliant.
A little experiment for your ADHD brain.
Yeah, edible chemistry. That's what cooking is to me. Edible chemistry. That's the way I cook as well.
I'm gonna tell the husband about that because edible chemistry. I think that's how he sees it.
It's one of the reasons
it's
so much fun. But so I'll do that, kind of putting it together, and sometimes it's very much a hiding things or making it so that's more bearable. But then, or I'll mix it all together. It's like there'll be something where I've just put everything into the bowl, and it's just like blah, 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 all the tastes, or because they all complement. Or especially if I'm really like sensitized or basically overload, edge of meltdown, I'll have to properly divide things up so they don't touch. And just like the scrambled eggs, if there's a little bit of runniness that gets onto toast, and it makes the toast go soft, but very, very variable. But there's so much shame around it.
There is. Did you see me physically recoil when you said that you were mashing stuff up together?
Yeah, I did.
Because I can't eat the little bits that are left of the plate. So my other half and my stepkids say that's the best part of the meal. At the end of like a roast dinner or something, when you've got all the little bits left, you squish them all together and eat them in one mouthful, like that. Like I always leave little bit. My plate is never completely clean. There are always little bits.
Okay.
Because the idea of putting all those things together is.
It's like an overwhelm. It's like all of those coming together to be in.
Yeah, I think it's. But I think it's texture, not flavour.
Oh yeah.
It's different textures that don't go together.
In one mouthful of everything.
It's too much.
That's interesting.
So basically what we're saying is that society needs to normalise people eating their food in the way they need to eat their food.
Yeah, you do you. It's not actually hurting anyone.
If you wanna nibble your banana from the sides rather than from the top, you should be allowed to do that without people like
just
giving
full
you
on,
trouble.
like have it squishing round your face in this weird shape and be like, that. I would find that really, because now I'm imagining banana getting it.
It's visceral, isn't it? When you see
bloody bananas.
We were talking about we mentioned off air about I can't watch things like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here because of the food empathy.
Yes.
So of like bush tucker trials, that like I can feel that in my mouth. Nope, not having it.
And then the positive side of that kind of visceral memory, texture memory, sense memory, is, for me at least, I can think of like a strawberry, really nice ripe strawberry, and it's almost like I've got one in my mouth.
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm salivating.
Like
I don't even like strawberries. I'm salivating.
The thing is it's like a ghost strawberry, which is really cool to be able to note that and then tap into that if you're having an ick to go, what is one of my safe foods or something. I do have that visceral memory with.
I've never thought of doing that. I'm gonna do that next time I get an ick, which happens pretty much every day.
Life hack.
Life hacks with Murray Spear. Okay, so you guys at home, so tell us about some of your icks. Tell us about some of your food shames that you wish weren't food shames. How do you find a way of eating foods that works for you that you wouldn't necessarily do in public? Let's normalise it. Let's get people eating the food that they want to eat. Yeah. They're not eating just because they don't eat it in the same way as everybody else.
Yeah, and healthily, obviously, but like
eat what you can eat.
Eat what you can eat is the most fundamental. Eating is quite important.
It's very important
to keeping going, along with breathing.
Yeah,
they're quite fundamental things. So
let's keep breathing. Let's keep eating.
Yeah. Keep living.
And let's keep living.
Okay, folks, that's it for this episode. Find us on Instagram at life.inthemind. Our other socials are linked in the bio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.